So it's wild to believe that 2025 is ending in about a week or so I kind of wanted to take a step back, look at all the tech products and tech accessories that I've used throughout the year, what stood out to me, what were my most used, and what were my favorite ones overall. So without further ado, let's talk about my favorite tech products of 2025 and leave a comment down below of your most used or your favorite tech product that we should check out. Let's get into it. But now before we continue, if you do enjoy videos like this one where we talk all things Apple, consider subscribing to the channel and help us get to 1 million subscribers in 2026. But now let's get into these products. I did want to preface this by saying that this list is going to be purely subjective. These are the tech products and accessories that I enjoyed using throughout the year in 2025, so feel free to disagree with me or give me an alternative to some of these products that I mentioned. But I did want to put a little bit of a structure to this video. So I want to mention 3 products that I used throughout the year that are non-Apple products. Then we're going to get into some of the power products because it's hard to just pick one charger because there's so many different kind of categories of charger and things like that. And then lastly, we're going to talk 2 Apple specific products that were my favorites in 2025, again, purely subjective. So to start off, I do want to go with the Wokyist retro style dock for the Mac Mini. This one was a breath of fresh air when I did get it a couple months ago. It was a Kickstarter and it kind of just blew me away in terms of what it did, but more importantly, the nostalgic feeling and how they were able to bring that form factor into 2025. So on the surface, this looks like an old vintage Mac from years past that again was brought over to 2025 to be useful, but still in that old form factor. So you do see that it does have a 5-inch display. Now this display is not going to win a ton of awards, but it's great for static material or maybe some things that just have in the background. For instance, I like to play ambient noise videos from YouTube, so that's what lives on that 5-inch display. It's perfect for that. It's perfect for a clock, for maybe some widgets, for just things that are kind of just living there to glance at information. I wouldn't do a lot of work on it, but you can actually use it as a main display if you really want to. And then outside of that, this is a 14-in-1 USB-C hub. So of course it has that 5-inch display, but then on the front you have your 2 USB-A ports with R10Gbps, you have an SD and micro SD card slot, and then an additional USB-C port on the front for quick and easy access. Then you flip it around to the rear, you have 2 additional USB-A ports, an HDMI 2.1 port, 2 more USB-C ports, and then an auxiliary jack as well. And the cherry on top for this is that it can actually house up to an 8GB NVMe SSD built directly in here that can plug into the Mac Mini. So this is made for the Mac Mini, but this is also just a USB-C hub. So technically you can put it off to the side against the MacBook Pro or whatever the case may be. But combine this with the M4 Mac Mini, and it's a beautiful piece of nostalgic tech that actually has 2025 function. So number 2 for a non-Apple product is going to be the 16-inch Satsu Elite portable monitor. I've actually really enjoyed this monitor because it looks like a 16-inch iPad Pro just on a Pro Display XDR stand that is completely movable. You can move it 270 degrees, you can flip it back and forth. It has a built-in SD card slot for usage. I actually use it as my side vertical monitor in my desk setup, but again, this is built to be a portable monitor, so everything comes apart nicely, magnetically attaches to each other. You can fit it alongside your 16-inch MacBook Pro in a 16-inch MacBook Pro sleeve if you want to. It fits in most backpacks as long as it can fit that form factor and size. And the build quality is just second to none. It literally feels like a product that Apple would have made because of the anodized aluminum, that look, the cool to the touch feel, and it just works extremely well. Now the one that I have is not going to be the latest 4K model. I have the full HD model, but they do make a 4K one. They do get a little bit expensive and you are paying for that kind of premium feel and look. But the displays are plenty bright, they get the job done, they work in any orientation, they're very portable, they can be used in a desk setup as well as on the go. I've just been very impressed with this product overall throughout the year, and it's been at my desk setup for the last 9 months. And then the final non-Apple related product that I wanted to give its kudos to is going to be the MX Master 4. Now, I've been a Logitech mouse user for years, but I actually never used the MX Master series. Before this, I had the Anywhere S2, which I used for almost 10 years. Now they're on the S3, but it's still a great Logitech mouse. The MX Master 4 is just something that I wanted to take the plunge on finally, and with the release after almost a decade of not making a new one compared to the MX3, they did have an MX3S Master, but that was kind of like an intermediate upgrade. This one has been fantastic. Now, I don't use it to the best of its ability, and I don't use all the cool features that it has. I just use it as a beautifully well-built and ergonomic mouse that has great battery life, a great feel to it, and the new addition of the haptic engine inside of this mouse has been wonderful. I do love that new tactility, the new tactile feel. You have these quick action buttons that appear when you press on the little pad right there that again work with haptics as well. And you can customize this through the Logitech application to your heart's desire. I keep it very plain and simple, and I use it alongside not only my Mac Mini, but then also my iPad Pro. And it's just been, honestly, the perfect mouse. Could it be a little bit smaller for portability? Sure. But again, I have a portable mouse for that matter. But if I am using it at my desk, that is going to be the best one. And that horizontal scroll wheel for timeline editing has been amazing. So now, before we get into the Apple products that I want to bring up for my favorite Apple products of the year, I do want to briefly bring up 3 different kind of power solutions or chargers that I've been using throughout the year. The first one's going to be Kuxiu's X40 Turbo. Now this is going to be the first Qi 2.2 charger that I've ever found and used, and it's my mainstay and my travel charger of choice. What I love about it is a few things. First, of course, you get the 25 watt fast charging wirelessly via MagSafe. It also charges your other devices like your AirPods Pro, as well as your Apple Watch at full speed. It's compact, it's easy to use, it folds up into a puck, but it can extend all the way and turn into a stand, or even use it flat on a bed, which is great to see. It brings the necessary charger and cable in the box, as well as a carrying case for the price that it comes in, and it comes in that beautiful anodized cosmic orange that you can pair up and match up with your iPhone 17 Pro. So this one has been fantastic, and one of my most recommended products of the year. The next one's going to be the EcoFlow Rapid Pro Series. Now this one is going to be the biggest portable charger that you can bring with you that is going to be TSA compliant. It's about 27,600 milliamp hours, so you can charge your iPhone a multitude of times, you can charge your iPad Pro a couple of times. And what I like about this is a few things. The first thing is that it has a built-in USB-C cable that supports 140 watts of fast charging, so you don't need an actual cable to charge this or to use this to charge something else. It also has a nice little LED display on the front to let you know how much battery you have, how much battery output you're putting out in terms of how much wattage you're putting out, and when you are charging this device, it'll let you know how much power is flowing in as well. You also have 3 additional USB-C ports on the top. One of them does support the 140 watt fast charge. The other 2 are going to be 65 watt chargers, so still plenty fast when you are in a pickle. And the cherry on top is that it does have these little pin connectors, which on its own, it doesn't really do anything, but if you pair it up with their docking station, their power station, you can charge this thing up, I think at 300 watts or 240 watts of speed, so you can fill this battery up in minutes, which is absolutely insane. Of course, that's a whole separate product, but it is nice to know that EcoFlow does have the Rapid Pro kind of ecosystem with these little pogo pins and the pin connectors. So if you're looking for a high quality, do-it-all type of portable charger that fits in that cup holder in your backpack, this one by EcoFlow is my recommendation. And the final power product is going to be another Kuxiu product. This is going to be their K1 Ultra. I just like to recommend this one because it just looks really cool. I've never seen anything kind of function or the form factor the way that it functions. It's going to be a 2-in-1 or almost 3-in-1 portable charger. This does have 10,000 milliamp hours. This does give you the Qi 2.2 wireless charging, so you can charge at 25 watts. You can actually rotate this open, and it also provides an Apple Watch charger, which doubles as an AirPods charger as well, and it has a kickstand, and it's made out of anodized aluminum and frosted glass, very similar to the style that Apple makes with their iPhones. So if you are looking for a MagSafe specific portable charger, this one is going to be my recommendation. They do offer a 5,000 milliamp hour version, which is thinner. That's just going to be the K1. This one's the K1 Ultra. But if you do want to be able to power your iPhone a couple of times or power your iPhone and Apple Watch, the 10,000 one is one that I would recommend. So now if you made it this far, I do want to bring up 2 Apple products and leave your guesses down below of what I'm going to select. But the first non-iPhone Apple product that came out in 2025 that I recommend to anybody is going to be the AirPods Pro 3. Now, if you have the latest version of the AirPods Pro 2, you might not need to run out and get it, but as somebody who did have the latest AirPods Pro 2 and got the AirPods Pro 3, and right now I believe they are $199 on Amazon, the active noise cancellation alone has been fantastic. The new form factor for the better microphone array. You do have the heart rate monitor in there, but that for me is a wash because I have my Apple Watch. I don't really use that for the heart rate monitor, but it is nice to know that you now have it, and it gives you access to things like Apple Fitness Plus, whereas before you needed an Apple Watch to run those things. So the AirPods Pro 3 with the active noise cancellation, the battery life in the earbuds themselves are 8 hours, and those new combination of silicone and foam tips for the passive noise cancellation has been wonderful for the AirPods Pro 3, so that gets my crown for the non-iPhone Apple product in my opinion. And then finally, when it comes to my favorite iPhone of the year, surprisingly, it's going to be the iPhone Air. The iPhone Air, not because it's the best iPhone or the most cost-effective one or the best, price to performance ratio. I just like how Apple kind of threw everything out the window and didn't care about giving you the best value overall, and just tried to make the coolest looking iPhone that they could and the thinnest one. And I like that thinness is back in. This thing has been a pleasure to use. Now yes, the iPhone 17 Pro lineup has better cameras, has better battery life, has the vapor chamber, has faster USB-C, the displays are amazing, but again, for the iPhone Air to be able to give you that same 48 megapixel main sensor, to give you the 120 Hz ProMotion display, to still have the A19 Pro chip in there, and still give you, pretty much all day battery life for the normal average user. If you're a power user, you're gonna run through this battery, but for most people, you'll get to the end of the day with about 10% battery with no issues whatsoever. So this iPhone Air the form factor, and just how it feels in the hands. It makes every other phone feel heavy, it makes every other phone feel old, it makes every other phone feel kind of like a brick in the hand. The thing that really kind of jumped out at me when I was holding it one day is it's very cold up here in the Northeast, so I wear gloves whenever I walk my dog, and when I wear gloves and I use this thing, it does not feel like I have anything in my hands. Like the weight of it is so small that it doesn't feel like I'm holding anything. I have to use a finger loop to make sure I don't drop it. Versus the iPhone Pros and even the regular iPhone 17, it is heavy enough where you do feel it, but with gloves on and in the cold, you do not feel like you're holding anything at all, which is absolutely absurd. So the iPhone Air gets crowned as my favorite Apple product of the year. I feel like I could have mentioned 100 other products. Like I wanted to mention the M4 Mac Mini here, but that technically came out in 2024, and the M4 Mac Mini is just the best bang for buck that you can have from an Apple product in my opinion. The MacBook Air, the M4 version, also great value that you get on there, but overall for the best products that came out in 2025, AirPods Pro 3 and the iPhone Air get the win. But that'll do it for my list, everybody. Let me know in the comment down below what you think. Do you agree with this list? Do you have some ones that you would swap out here? What are some products that maybe you enjoyed in 2025 that I should kind of really look into in 2026? Always curious to know your thoughts, but thanks so much for sticking around. We have maybe 1 or 2 more videos coming before the end of the year, but this one was one that I wanted to get out to you guys. Everything will be linked down below with the best possible prices as well, but that'll do it, everybody. If you made it to the end, leave a little dolphin, and if you guys want to watch more videos like this one, like how to kind of really get the most out of your iMessage application, watch one of these videos right here. Until next time, I'm Fernando. Peace.